Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I'm going to talk about things that I love in romance novels. I have done excessive videos talking about things that I hate, tropes that I hate, because there are a lot of them, and so I decided that maybe it's time that I talk about romance novels in a positive light. It is the genre that I read the most now. It took a while to get here, but here we are. So I have 6-7-ish things that I love. Starting off with enemies to lovers is my favorite trope. Well, maybe not my favorite anymore, but it's definitely one of my favorite tropes. I don't know why. I really hate friends to lovers almost every time I read it. Enemies to lovers just works for me. I don't know why. I want you two to hate each other there, and then all of a sudden you start having feelings, and then you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you try to fight it, but then you always give in the end. I don't know why, but I like it. So this next one can honestly be hit or miss, but I typically do enjoy a second chance romance, and I think there are stipulations. Like, there are sometimes when I can enjoy friends to lovers, and usually they're not really that close of friends, or there's been like a big gap of time in between their friendship and the relationship. I think with second chance romance, the reason for the breakup really matters. So an example of one that I enjoyed is, it's the one in the Serendipitous series by CCJ. Is it Fall in Love Again? Which I think might have been book 3 in the series. I do have a series review of Serendipitous, so I'll have that linked. But that one, there was some time that went by, but also, like, you know, the reason that they broke up was fucking dumb, okay? And it just didn't need to happen the way that it did, and whatever. But then, you know, they were apart, they didn't live in the same city, and then she comes back and you can still feel the tension between the two of them. That one I liked. She has another second chance romance, Unfinished Business, that I didn't love, because once again, the reason they broke up wasn't even stupid. The male main character was stupid, so that's all 100% on him, and I feel like he didn't do enough to get her back. And then I've also read Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, and I feel like it could have been good, but again, the circumstances of their breakup, like, it just didn't have to be that way. And it was like, well, all of this escalated way past the point where it needed to be, and now we're scrambling to pick up the pieces. And it just, if it had just been done differently, I think I would have enjoyed it. Like, I don't like when a couple is married, they get divorced just to get married again. Like, why did we do all that? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it needs to make sense. How does it need to make sense? I'm not quite sure, but like, I don't know. Like, the breakup needs to be something that isn't unforgivable. It has to be something that I can believe that they still should be together. And the funny thing is, I'm not a second chance person in real life. Like, I do not like to give second chances. I did once and it was not worth it. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they know each other already, so then when they come back together, they kind of already know how to handle each other. I don't know, but sometimes I like second chance. That's gonna be a whole nother discussion at some point. I already feel it, because I have questions and thoughts, and we'll talk about that another time. Next is forced proximity. I love it because you force people to be together, and they can't do anything except acknowledge their feelings and sit with them and possibly act on them, and I love it. I think this also goes into the only one bed. I do like that trope. It is a pretty good one. I recently read The Kiss Countdown that had forced proximity and only one bed, and I really liked it. Another forced proximity one that I really love is Sinful Enforcer by Asia Monique. That is my favorite book in the Mafia Misfits series, and he orchestrated their forced proximity, which I love even more. It's such a good one, because you can try to ignore somebody and ignore your feelings all you want, but then when they're staring you in the face and you have nothing else that you can do, you're gonna have to confront it. Next is marriage of convenience and fake dating. I feel like these two do go hand in hand for the most part. I love fake dating. It's so great. It's always like, oh, we're only doing this because of X, Y, and Z, but at that point, honestly, one of them always already has feelings and just hasn't said anything yet. And then they start doing things that make them feel like a real couple. And then they become a real couple. And one of them's always like, oh no, they're just doing that because of this. Or, well, they're just doing that for show and because we need to pretend. Nah, stop that. Let it happen. Again, the Kiss Countdown also had fake dating. So I really liked it. My complaint with it though is when feelings start to become real and one of them is just like, oh, well, they don't actually feel that way. They don't mean it. They're just doing that because this is the arrangement. And it's like, no, sweetie, it's not. And you know it's not. Just let it happen. It's okay. I actually think I'm really close to having enough recommendations for a fake dating romance rec video. So I will be working on that soon because I think I have enough now. I feel like Marriage of Convenience and fake dating are very similar. I think that with Marriage of Convenience, the stakes are just higher because there's usually like an alliance or something on the line that one person, at least one person, really needs. That just makes it even better, honestly. I love it. So these last few are talking about types of male main characters that I like. I have done a couple of videos talking about book boyfriends and like what I really enjoy about male main characters in romance. And so this one, it's I like it but to an extent, okay? And that is the protective, possessive male main character. And so I realized that I like it when I read Heir of Flames. He's absolutely unhinged. He is over the top. He is crazy, like completely insane, but in a good way. Listen, I struggled to articulate this before and I continue to do so, but I like Adrian. I do. I don't know why. I just do. But I think I can only do that to an extent. Part of the reason is that another thing that I really like is alpha mellows. I don't mind the alpha energy in certain contexts. Like if he's a complete just 100% alpha hole, it's a no for me. I don't like when he's mean to the love interest. That shit pisses me off. So like Hostile Takeover, I know everybody fucking loves that. I know everybody loves Orion, but he pissed me off because he was mean to Nalani. And the things he did behind the scenes, being in his head and actually understanding where he's coming from, like, yeah, all of that's helpful. However, I need you to show that to her. I need you to keep the same energy 24/7. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he did go to bat for her. He does always defend her to other people, but at the same time, like, you would turn around and do shit to piss her off for no reason, and I don't like that. I also really just like cinnamon rolls. I love golden retriever energy. I love when he falls first, those kinds of things. But there are times where I'm like, I like this, but only in certain circumstances. So that's just, I don't know. I'm trying to read more of like the alpha to see, like, you know, where exactly the line is there. But yeah, they're really hit or miss for me. So hopefully at some point I'll be able to make another video talking about things that I love in romance. But for now, that is my list. Let me know how you feel about any of the things that I mentioned today, what some of your favorite things in romance are. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.